Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this fine Saturday morning? Yeah. Is it Saturday or Friday? Is it still Friday?
It's still Friday.
Okay, Friday. It seems so late.
It feels like a Saturday.
It feels like Saturday. It feels late. But anyway, I hope your day was great. But let me get to the reason of the season. Halle Berry made the news, and you don't hear much about her. You really don't know who she is, but you saw in that movie Fight what's it Fight?
It was
when she was a boxer.
Movie,
oh, it was very good. It was very, very good, very, very good. But anyway, she's on a campaign with senators or somebody. What she's doing, she's on a campaign and she's fighting for women who suffer with menopause.
Oh yes.
So this is what she's doing, and she's made her speech and everything. So I think she is 56 or 57 years old. 57. And what's her year? I mean, she's 57 years old, so she's menopausing. So what's her age? How old is she?
She is 57.
Oh, she's 57.
And a Leo.
And she's a Leo. So she's very strong, very courageous. She's been married a couple of times. She was the it girl back in the 90s, even up in the 20s. I mean, the 2000s. And she just had a kid, got married a couple of times. Husband wasn't good to her. She's just another woman that just had bad luck with her men that she married. I know that she was going through having to pay child support and this exuberant amount, and she was just going through issues. And next thing I know, she just stepped off the thing. She just stepped out. And my thought, and I could be wrong, it could be, look, I ain't gonna pay him that kind of money, so I ain't making
it. Fair enough.
If I don't work, I can't pay you, and I got enough to survive, but I ain't. That's what I think that was. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. But other than that, I think she had 2 children. I think she had a boy and a girl. But she just had bad luck with men. But she's fighting for the cause of women, and I think that's a beautiful thing. A side note, I was thinking that I would like to do something, but I don't know what I would like to do. Like, I don't want to volunteer to go work and be responsible. Like, if I say, hey, I want to work and be your receptionist, they're going to put me on the schedule. They're going to have the hours for me to work. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get treated like everybody else, but I'm doing this pro bono. I don't want to do nothing like that. If I'm going to work for you and have to act like I'm at work, then I'm going to want to get paid. But I could do something like be an activist or something. Something. I'm thinking, I don't know. Probably not, because I live in the wilderness. I don't, but you know what I mean.
And it feels like it's something.
I don't know. I don't know people. People don't know me. And the people I know is from another life. And we done all grown and did our own thing. And anyway, that's the blues.
Life happens.
Life happened to me. But it's not a good thing. I've had a wonderful life. I really have. I had a wonderful life, and I have been blessed. We both have.
Yes.
And I will not complain. So with that being said, so let me do a card out for Halle. Halle. Is her name Halle? I keep want to call her Halle Berry. Is it an A?
Yes, it's an A.
Halle. Mm-hmm. Halle Berry. And I want to know, is she in a relationship with someone?
Let me see.
She's always in a relationship. I don't think she will go a long time without a relationship. But what I know, she's been out of the scene for a mighty long time now. She's with who? Who is she with?
She is with Van Hunt.
Oh, when you showed me the picture, I knew who exactly you're talking about. So yes, she's still with them. And maybe because they probably have a lot in common. They've been together for 4 years. And what does he do?
That's a good question. It says he's a singer and a songwriter.
Right.
54.
Oh, she's older because she's 57, 55.
He just turned 54.
Okay.
His birthday was March 8th.
Let me be so lucky.
Okay. He's a Pisces.
Oh, okay.
So a Pisces and a Leo. Okay,
that's Earth. No, that's fire and water. Yeah, they can find the balance and make that steam.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they can make it steamy.
They can make it steam. So anyway, let's see where Halle Berry is. We see a star. So when I think of the star, I see an 8. And the number 8, I see movement. So there's a lot of movement. I see Aquarius, and Aquarius is an air sign. So there is movement. And I also see a balancing of earth and air. I see a balancing. You know what I mean? So I think what's going on with her is a lot of inner things.
Okay.
A lot of hopeful things. It seems like when I look at this hope card, it seems like this is someone, my spirit is saying, she's been through a lot. She have a lot of trepidation. I think she's sour towards marriage right now, which I understand. She's bitter towards it. It's not like never, ever, ever again, but she's balancing. She's been embittered by it. And it seems like she's coming out of it. Like she's been doing what she's doing, but she's in the public eye because she had taken herself out of the public eye. So what could be the block, the problem, or whatever? I think what it is that it's time for her to move on. Mm-hmm. I think here we see Pisces, and we also see Jupiter. So we know Jupiter.
That's Pisces and Saturn. Sorry.
Oh my God, I got them mixed up again. It's upside down, right?
Yes.
Jupiter's the 4.
Right,
I don't have my glasses. I don't have my glasses. I should put them on, but I'm gonna just give them to you because I know I can't see them. I can't. But Jupiter. I mean Saturn. So here we see here. It seems like this is a Saturn return.
It is because
it is a Saturn return. This is what I'm thinking. She's 50. It's that time. So she's gone through some really rough times, and she's going through adjusting to the new way of life with menopause. She is going through, but I see a moving on, coming out of the darkness. See, she's hopeful. It's like we might see her in some more movies.
Okay.
I don't know. Or maybe she's just going to do a whole new thing. We're going to figure this out. But I do see that her cups are in order. Emotionally, she's got it together and she's ready to move on. I think she's been through a rough time mentally. Judgment to my left. I don't know what that means. Do you have an idea?
No, I do not.
You don't want to take a jab?
All I got is that she could be judged by the public's eye.
We're going to find out. All right. Also, if there's anything, I don't know what exactly and what's going on in her life at this time. So I'm just going to say, whatever it is, she's not taking anything. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a job, whatever, she's not taking anything. She is going to do what she wants to do. You can't give her anything and think it's okay. Also, I see here, this is water, and I see a cup. So I see she's going through some emotional times. So she's going through some very emotional times. What do you think, baby Crone?
Yes. It finally came to me about the judgment card.
Okay.
Just taking a few cards back. Going on the theme of a Saturn return because she's in her Saturn return.
And that's probably her judgment. Right.
Yes, that exactly.
She's 57. Right.
Mm-hmm. And so she could be taking a time to judge her life instead of the public judging her. She could be judging herself and really trying to reassess her life in a sense.
And then for the bottom card, it shows up. I see the moon, and I also see Taurus. So very earthly, very giving. This is her way of giving back. So she's speaking out. She's got a voice. She's speaking. She wants to give back in some way. And I think this is the way she's giving back. And like Baby Crone said, that judgment card is Pluto, right?
Yes.
And Pluto return. And so I said that before I laid that down when I saw that. I just saw it for whatever reason. So she's going through learning. I hope she learned a lot. It seemed like it. She's speaking out.
Happen.
Seemed like she's been through some rough things, and she's still going to go through some things. However, just because Saturn returned, if you've done good, you don't have to worry.
Yep.
It's only if you're not working on what you come here to do.
It's like a reminder.
It's just a reminder and to give you your report card. So this is what was happening the last 28 years. You got a D or you got a A. It's where you at, and you feel your own heart knocks. So you open up your heart, you open up your mind, you learn, you grow. And it seems to me she's growing. She's growing because I've never known her to be an activist. I'm not saying she wasn't. I never known her to be. You have a question?
Yes, my question is Halle Berry struggling with menopause?
Oh, most definitely. Yes.
Oh my God.
It's been hell. Yes. And I didn't even know that was coming.
No. Oh my God, there goes Saturn again.
Saturn again. So yeah, she's in her Saturn return. And yeah, this is really rough. This is rough. She's going through, babe, right?
Oh, that's interesting that I had to look this up. When do women typically start menopause?
About 53.
Interesting. Right around
52.
when you're about to have your Saturn return, you have a menopause.
What days did they say?
Between 51 and 52.
Yeah, 52, 53. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, that's literally crazy because then just a few years later, you have to adjust through menopause and a whole Saturn return.
That would be fitting though, right?
Yeah, it would
give you time to adjust. Some people start a little early, some people start a little late, but this has been struggling for her. This is a struggle. This was a struggle. And a lot of times, you know why people struggle with menopause? That I believe lack of information.
Okay.
It's a lack of information because you don't, just like when you are an adult, just like when you are a teenager, you go through puberty.
Yes.
Right? And you feel it. Puberty isn't fun. You get knots on your chest. They hurt. You can't lay. You get cramps. You just, you got mood swings. You're funny. You're eating. It's crazy. You get pimples, many, or you're just going through, you get sweaty and stinky, you coming from the baby stage and you're coming into that teenage stage, so it's hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is when you're going through menopause. And I truly believe you have menopause too. Yeah. I do.
It's only natural if they
it's
go
only
through
natural. Mm-hmm. But nobody likes to deal with that.
No.
So with that being said, so yes, this has been a rough time, and this is and probably with her experience, she probably understand. I don't know. I just know what I understand is it's just a lack of knowledge. Oh yeah. I just think she was just going through, what is it? The darkness of the soul.
Yeah, dark night of the soul.
Dark night of the soul. That's where she's been.
Fitting.
She's been going through the dark night of the soul. But what I love about her is that she's hopeful and she's coming out.
Yes, using that knowledge.
She's using that knowledge. Look at her. She's coming out. So as you see, so far as you see with her, Saturn has been good. Mm-hmm, you see, she's coming out. She's not hiding and in her feelings. She's coming out into the world again. I don't know if she's going to make movies because movies are just not like they used to, not here in this country.
That is true.
But you know why? Because you're going to get them on Netflix. You're going to get it on Prime. Too many streaming service. Why go to the movies? Pay $20 or standard at that. They should be sued for showing a movie and standard and charge you $12-15.
Thank you.
I don't even get it.
No,
I don't even look at standard in my own home.
Exactly.
So this is why I said I can't go to movie. If I'm not going to go and I'm not going to look at something in high def, what I'm going to see, or ultra high def, why?
Right, and then I think it's unfair that even if it's offered in IMAX,
right,
seems
or
like
IMAX,
right? It's like maybe like the first week or two of premiering, and then they're just like, well, if you didn't see it in IMAX, you got to see it like everybody else in standard, or wait till TV.
And then it'll be on TV within the next 6 weeks or so.
Yes,
it's crazy.
It is. Yes, with that, I do want to know, does Halle want to return to acting.
Yeah, does she want to return to acting? I see her moving forward. Is this moving forward? I see her moving forward. Mercury. No, it's not Mercury. That's not saying yes or no. It's not
Yes.
Mercury. Oh, Mercury. I'm going to get it. So that's Mercury. And again, Aquarius. So it's air. So let's think about that. How would we say, your question is she thinking about acting? It's like hot and air. It's like you got hot air. It's like Mercury. And just in my mind, I just see this hot air just blowing and moving. It's stifling. That's how I feel. I feel stifled. Wait a minute. I'm getting an impression. I'm feeling stifled and moving forward in this wind that's blowing, and pushing me towards something. And I'm wondering, is that stifled feeling, that's how she felt when she was acting? More confined? I mean, acting is a lot. It's fun. It's easy to do. It's not hard, but being there, promoting a movie, all the other stuff that come with it that take you away from your family. You may be gone. You got to go promote. You got to get up early in the morning. You got to travel. You got to do this. So it could be stifling in that way, and all at the same time rewarding. So I know that she's moving forward and with trepidation.
Okay.
So she's moving forward, and I don't know if she's going to become a congresswoman or what, but I know that there is a great move, and with great deep thought. She's been in, what did they call it?
Dark Night of the Soul.
Dark Night of the Soul. She's been there. And so she's coming forth, even jagged, even heavy, but she's coming through. Also, I see a man there, right there in front of her. I see that she has somebody to lean on. Lean on me.
Is that her boyfriend?
That has to be her boyfriend, who is strong and strong. He's strong. And this is a king. So this is the king of the air, but all kings have dominion over every element. So I see he's good for her. He's strong. He leans on her. I don't think he's not demanding. Oh, aren't you lucky? And I think that she like his directness, because he's looking right at you, not away from you, not from side of you, but he's looking at you. And if you look at these people, it's like she's in that boat, and either she's the one with her head bowed down and he's the one towing. But in another sense, just look at them head down and look at them. It's like he's looking at her saying, lift up your head. It's going to be okay. You're doing the right thing. That's what I see. You have another question?
Yes, my next question is, how's her relationship with Van?
I don't know Van.
Van Hunt. I just didn't feel like saying his entire name.
Just say her boyfriend.
Okay,
or her significant other.
Okay.
You always do that, though. You call them by their names. You just good with names. I can't. I'm not. You good. You be like, how you doing with Danny? Danny, her son. Like, oh, no, you good with that.
How's Holly with her boyfriend?
Her significant other.
Her significant other.
Because I'm sure you're not a boy.
Oh, okay.
He probably say, I got your boy. Okay. How is she with them?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I see. Well, is that Saturn again?
Yes.
She is going through a Saturn moment. And is that Mars?
Yes, that is Mars.
And is that Scorpio? I'm going to add one more card to this. This one gets a 3 because I really want. I got it. Let me add it. Okay.
Another Scorpio.
Another Scorpio, but a sun card, but another Scorpio. What I see with them, I think sexually they are compatible.
Okay.
A lot of fire sexually. I also see that she is earthy. She's fiery, but she's earthy. she's going through a transition, and apparently either he's going through a loss when they met. I don't know what's going on in his life, but I'm just getting the impression that he's been where she's at, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so it's like he's there to help her get out of, or she's there helping him to get out. Whenever, maybe they are leaning on each other as together. Like they both came together during a time when they both probably needed.
Okay.
And they were there for each other, probably with no strings attached, probably no guilt, and probably let's just take it slow. And he was able to deal with her weaknesses as he dealt with hers. And like I said, and they've been out there just doing what they do. And before you know it, it's 4 years. However, there is somebody in the background that is not for her relationship, that is jealous, that's lurking in the background. Her thorn, probably her husband or one of her baby fathers. I don't know, but I can't lie. There is somebody lurking in the background, and there is deception indicated. So even though they're out there playing and they've been together for 4 years, and maybe they could have a tumultuous, it doesn't seem tumultuous though. It seems more like they have sorrow, or they dealt with some pain. They dealt with some issues together. But they love each other, because this is a 6. Am I right?
Yes.
So this is a 6, and 6 is lovers. So they are lovers. This is a sun card, but they have scorpions or snakes around them that bite. And that's what they have to be careful of. And maybe that's why she kept her relationship private for 4 years.
Fair enough.
I wish her nothing but the best. Whatever question you have. So we know that sexually they get along very well, but she's a go-getter and a worker. And I'm wondering, is this saying here, this 7 is saying, hey, I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready, because this is what it all reads like. I'm ready to go back out there. I'm ready. See? I'm ready to hit the ground. I'm ready to make a mark. I'm ready. I'm bored. I'm ready. She needed to take time. She needed to adjust to the new way of life, going through the change. So after all of this, she's ready. I want to get ready. I was telling you that. I want to get that fire where you want to get up and go, and you just ready. And I see it. I see her just ready to go. It's like, I'm done with moping. I'm done. I'm ready to go back out in the world and recapture my life. And apparently this man who was there with her when she was going through her rough days, you see, not all's lost. You see those 2. And I think that he's still going to be, he's being there with, I don't know the future. I'm just saying for right now, he's there for her. He's there. How is she with the children? How has mothering been for her? Ooh. I have to tell you the truth.
It looks bright at the end though.
It seems like mothering was hard, difficult, terrible, sleepless nights. And I think it wasn't because of the kids. It could just because of the situation surrounding the kids. This was a very terrible, terrible time when the kids were younger. How old are her kids now? Are they 12? And at the end, like I said, in the end, she overcame, because you see the sun, it shined. So whatever she was going through, it didn't destroy her, but it made her stronger. It made her very strong. And I think she have a boy and a girl. So is Halle Berry going to go back to acting? Clear answer. She's twixt in between again about it. How old is her children, did they say?
I was able to find one, and she's 16.
Oh, okay. So they older. That's what I'm saying. They older. But when they were little, she was struggling with them. And I think it was because of the fathers. But here about acting, I see it's twixt in between. So let me ask you this. What about you thinking about going into politics?
Oh, that's a good one to ask.
Yeah, it seems like she got a passion for it. It seems like she got a passion for it. Standing up. I see Mars. You know, that's a warring planet. It's ready to go, make a mark, and stand up for something, stand up for your rights. I see that she's around people, but what she's fighting for, I think it needs funding. I'm not sure. But I see that she's with other people, and I think it's about funding and about getting the help out there, because she see what she saw, what she went through, and maybe other people. But I see about acting, she's twixt in between about that right now. So I don't know if she's going to go back to it or not, but right now she's just into this, getting that done. And this is where her heart is. This is where she's investing her energy. She's in it. If she's going to get out there and speak on a podium and it was no strings attached and she wasn't looking her glamorous self, that meant she's all about this. That meant that it changed her in such a point. I never even known they had lobbyists for menopause.
Yeah.
So that's new for me. So I'm supporting that. I am. So you have a question? So her relationship with her significant other, are they a lasting relationship? He's an emperor. He's Taurus. He's Aries. He's strong. She likes that. You know? Yeah. They work well together, apparently. She gets him. Yeah. It's like the Fool. She's allowed to be herself.
Oh, that's great.
She's allowed to just be the Fool, be herself, be carefree, do what she wants. He's getting her to be able to believe in herself and just go and do those things. Even though when you look at Halle Berry, you're like, being in Congress. Hey, why not? Mm-hmm. Why not? So we see that right there. And so we see that he's good for her and she's good for him. And I see that she's just coming out, all the hard work, the mental work that it took to get her where she's at mentally. It took a lot of work, and she's coming out, and not with a movie, but with this politics.
Yeah.
That is bold and it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. How is her health?
Okay.
How is her health? It's a struggle. I see Sagittarius, so that's a good outlook. Sagittarius seem to be pleasant people overall, depending what their rising sign is, right?
Mm-hmm. I see that has Saturn in it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, it's right.
I didn't even see it. Saturn, sorry, Sagittarius.
Girl. You can't escape.
You can't escape. You just going through. So nevertheless, I see that it could be a burden, her health. So she may have some issues. Okay. She may have some issues, and it's a burden. It could be a burden. It's a burden when you got an issue. It's a burden if you have diabetes or you have, hypertension, heart disease, menopause. They are burdens. And menopause is something that you have to adjust to, from what I understand. I'm leaning. So that's what I see with that. What else would I like? Did I ask about her kids? Are her kids happy?
Okay.
Yeah. New beginnings. They got a lot of energy, a lot of spark. Do they love their mom? Yes, it's like they live a hermit. A hermit is like they separate themselves. So you don't see them, you don't hear from them. They're not in the public. So they live a very private life. And she gave that. She did not promote her children like a lot of these other greedy people do. They get famous. They take it all. And yet they took their little children to get them famous too. Instead of saying, let's break this, send them to school. Put them in science, put them in art, give them an education. But no, they want them in the business. This dog-eat-dog business, that's where they want them. So, but another thing about it, a lot of times, what they call nepotism.
Yes.
A lot of times when you're dealing with these nepotism kids, they are so filthy rich, they're not really good at what they do anyway. Mm-hmm. They really not,
It's just because they had the connection.
It's just that they had the connection and they could get in. Mm-hmm. And one day, I hope nepotism stops. that you just get in because you are the child of, or you related to. You know, you should get in there on hard work. And speaking of that, that's the thing about Kendall, that make her a mean girl because of nepotism, and she doesn't appreciate, well, maybe now, but she done and said a lot of things. I was looking at her history today, and just that nepotism. And back to her, she didn't do that to her kids. So whatever their kids doing, I see fire, they innovative. I don't know if they're going to college, but I definitely see that she separated them kids from the world. And her spouse probably wanted, their baby father wanted it too. And yes, I see that they love their mom very, very much. And she loved them. And you see all that love and emotion right there. You see the Pisces and the cups, and you definitely see, what is that? That's Mars. So you see a lot of, she'll fight for her kids. She'll do whatever she can for her kids, and her kids her. So she is loved by her kids. And last card, you have any question? I have my last. You could tell me what's yours. What is the overall sense for her? Is it because she's going through this, what is it?
Menopause?
No.
Dark night of the soul.
Dark night of, no, she's going through the Saturn return. So what card could say something? So I'm going to pick one from here, and I'm going to pick one from the top. What are you saying? What is the overall read, for good or for bad? What can we leave with this if we had to wrap it up in a bow? She's doing this. Saturn came and she ready.
That's great.
Oh my God. Saturn came. She's got her love life. She's working on that. Whatever they're going through or been through, they're working it out. Maybe they'll get married. Maybe they won't. I don't know her views on marriage. What is her view on marriage? I don't think she hated, but I don't think it's something she's going to jump into it, because it has not proved to be good to her. Because to me now, I'm like, marriage ruined things for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and I just think some people just not meant to be married.
Okay.
That's my opinion. But I see her relationship growing. I see he's there for her. So I see a good outcome. It could be a marriage, maybe, I don't know. But if it is, you heard it here. But I definitely see that this is a good outcome. This is a good outcome. She's really pulling it together. She's bringing it together. She's been out of the limelight for a long time, and her way to come back in, she came in with a bang. And never would I ever think that there was a lobby for menopause. So God bless her for fighting for women.
Yes.
You know, and I see a good outcome for her, a very good outcome. Do you have a question?
My question would be, how is Halle going to feel after her Saturn return? Like the outcome of her Saturn return?
I think when the outcome of her Saturn return, I think that she's just going to be looking for new adventures, ready like she's doing now. Looking for new adventures, looking out at the world, looking at, she's at that point where she's facing the mortality. Her youth is fading. It's hard. So yeah, I think that right now she's just looking out, in the world. And I see that tower moment, being very careful. She's very scared, going back into the world and or allowing people in. It's a little trepidation. You said when Saturn, a little trepidation right there, but she's going to be ready. She's dealing with it all. She's dealing with everything right now. She knows, and she's dealing. So as I was saying, that when Baby Crone asked, the computer went off. So we're back. So, and we're done. So, like I said, what I see, she's moving on. I see fire. It's like a new me. I'm open. It's like I want the world to see me. I'm beaming. I'm not the same. I got the energy of Aries. And remember, Aries is all about the outer appearance. It's all about how the world sees you, how you interact with the world. And she's got all this fire. Remember, Aries is the sun, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all about the persona. She came out in the world fighting for menopause. A Halle Berry I didn't even know existed. And she's going through a Saturn moment. So for a couple of years. And she's gone through a very hard time in her life, a very rough time. Not financial. This here is a mental thing.
Okay.
Whatever preconceptions that she had, they had to be torn down. Whatever the vision or whatever she had operating in her head had to be destroyed so she can come to the world card where she has now finished the cycle. Now it's done. Now you say how she's going to, now it's done. She's wiser. She's stronger. She knows who she is. She's not the same. She's different now. But she's still strong. She's courageous. And she's ready for her light to shine. However, if it comes down to movies, she's not going to act in anything. She's funny about that.
Okay.
Okay? But whatever, I see the world and I see Halle. When it's all said and done, by the time she's, how old is she, 57?
Yeah.
So by the time she's 57, 58? So by the time she's 58 years old, 59, she's going to come out like a new woman.
Yes. And funnily enough, that world card has Saturn on it. Which means it's going to be a positive at the end of her Saturn.
At the end of her Saturn. Right. She did the work. It was hard. She's doing it. Look at her standing up.
Yes.
How could Father be mad? How could Big Papa be mad at that?
Yes.
I'm proud of her. And she made me aware because I didn't even know it was such a thing. And honestly, I didn't even know people cared about stuff like that. So I'm proud of you, Halle, for that.
Yes.
So with that being said, I think that's my reading. You don't have any more questions. No. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this reading about Halle Berry and her great exploits. So with that being said, sunflowers.